The Top and Bottom of the World by Alan Fowler. The top and bottom of the world. Try this. Hold a small ball in one hand, with one finger on the top and your thumb at the bottom. Now imagine your ball is planet Earth. Then each of these spots would be one of Earth's poles, the North Pole or the South Pole. The region around the North Pole is called the Arctic. The region around the South Pole is called the Antarctic. Both regions are always very cold, and both are lands of the midnight sun. Summer lasts 6 months near the poles, and the sun can be seen in the sky all day and all night. Winter lasts the other 6 months, and it is always dark. You can't see the sun at all. When it's summer at the North Pole, it's winter at the South Pole. The North Pole is in the middle of an ocean, the Arctic Ocean. The South Pole is in the middle of land, a mountainous continent called Antarctica. Much of the Arctic Ocean is thick ice that never melts. Nobody lives on that ice, but a few hardy people live in the cold lands touched by the Arctic Ocean. The Inuit of Canada and Alaska sometimes make houses out of blocks of hard snow. These dome-shaped houses are called igloos. The Northlanders of Northern Europe depend on herds of reindeer for food and clothing. Heavy-coated animals such as Arctic hares, Arctic foxes, and polar bears live in the Arctic lands. On the shores of Arctic islands, there are many colonies of puffins. These birds dive for fish, which they catch in their big, brightly colored beaks. Whales, seals, and walruses swim in Arctic waters. Many of them visit Antarctica in the summer, along with some seabirds. Walruses look much like seals, except they are larger and have tusks. One bird, the Arctic tern, nests and breeds in the Arctic when it's summer there. Then, when winter comes, the tern flies all the way to Antarctica, halfway around the world. The only animals that live all year long in Antarctica are penguins and some tiny insects, and only a few simple plants, such as mosses, can grow there. Scientists visit Antarctica to study and explore it, but no people live there. Except for the mountains, almost all of Antarctica is covered by ice. The ice is as much as 3 miles thick. Icebergs are large chunks of Antarctic or Arctic ice that break off and float away into the ocean. On a summer day in Antarctica, the temperature is likely to be about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. On a winter day, it might be minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you believe that Antarctica was once very warm and full of vegetation? It was long before there were people on Earth. How much ice is there now in the Antarctic and the Arctic regions? If all of that ice were to melt, the world's oceans would rise nearly 200 feet. Many of the largest cities would be underwater. So let's be glad it stays so cold at the top and the bottom of the Earth, of the planet Earth.